Oof. Hello YouTube. Wow, it's been a while since I've done this lying down bit. But hey, like I said, all in honor of free wings, I'm gonna do my next few vlogs all lying down. So, in my last vlog I talked about, being grateful to the community. And I wanted to add a few things to that, plus give back a little bit. Not just buy the weights and all that cash, but some other things as well. First up, I want to say sincere apologies to one of my subscribers. He was my 100th subscriber, called cspr. He's a great guy from Holland. And I told him that he could make a request for a video of mine. And I tried to do that. And he said, try and create the most kitsch video that you can. And I've tried, I really have, got out the music, corny clothes, weird colors, everything, but it just doesn't work. So I'm sorry, Casper, I really tried my best and it sucked, and I can't put anything out there that sucks. I mean, just nothing that obviously sucks. So if you're listening to this, I haven't heard from you for a while, get back to me and send me another request, something that's a bit more in keeping with my style, so I can do that. Okay? Okay, so other than that, I've got two presents I want to give away. And even if you're not the two YouTubers whom I'm giving this to, you might still find this interesting because each gift is sort of associated with a story. Now the first YouTuber I'm going to talk about is called kazzart, or whatever, Karen. You may know her because she's Quite She's girlfriend, and Quite She's quite known on YouTube, I think. She's a great girl. We've been talking a lot on Stickum and on MSN. And I pity her a bit because she lives in Britain, but she's actually Australian. And sometimes she's a bit estranged, I think, by the British culture. I don't know how much she's been assimilated already. And I can relate to that because I've lived in Britain for a year as well. And although I like the British a lot, because they're a very likable lot, it wasn't always easy to understand them. So I got a postcard, and I hung this on the wall in my room above my bed the entire time I lived in England. And this is the motif. Hope you can see this. I don't know how I can hold this up. It says, and I say you're not properly dressed. It's a Q, not a line, a Q in front of a club. And it's a two people, obviously, who are not English, saying, the British are obviously more warm people than I thought. And this postcard represents a stereotype that a lot of, at least mainland Europeans, I don't know about the rest of the world, have about the British, which is, even if it's bleeding cold, when they go out, they're still dressed like it's summer. Like girls would go out in short skirts and shoulder-free tops and open shoes, and guys would go out in t-shirts and shorts, and it's freezing. You could always tell the continental Europeans from the English because they're wearing coats and jackets and scarves and hats. And it was so fucking funny. I tell you, it was really really amazing. And this is at least partially true when you're queuing at a club. You always see the women shivering, but they don't seem to mind. I don't know. So Kaz, I thought you might enjoy this. If you give me your address, I'll send you, make some personal notes, and yeah, you can have that as a symbol of my sympathies with you. And then there's this, which is a dog tag that I made last November or December for myself. And this also has a background story, okay, which I'm going to tell you. The tag says, Der Schlaf der Vernunft gebiert Ungeheuer, and it's by Francisco de Goya, who's a Spanish, oh god, what do you call this in English? Well, he was a Spanish artist. And that in English that means, the sleep of reason spawns monsters. Now this actually means if you don't watch out or are unreasonable, bad things happen. And this is for Kimberleigh, whom some of you may know, who has become a good friend of mine also on YouTube and outside on MSN and stuff, who is a great girl, but admittedly, well, she herself admits she does not have the best taste in men, and sometimes ends up in relationships that she's not too happy with, and her last one just ended, and I hope I was allowed to say that. Well, anyway, so I think one of her statements was that the people she dates are too much like assholes and not enough like geeks. So yeah, it's awesome for YouTube, isn't it? Where hot girls like geeks. I mean, nowhere else do you have that, right? So, okay, I know you like this, Kim, because you saw the following picture. But this thing actually has a backstory. I'm gonna tell you that. Okay, so it was last November. Things were going quite fine for me. And I was booked on a trip to Greece, which was going to take place in the middle of November, to visit some people, especially one girl that I really liked, whom I'd gotten to know in Warsaw in Poland previously. And it was maybe 5 or 6 days before that I was cooking with a good friend of mine in town, and on the way back I got a text message on my mobile phone or cell phone or whatever, asked me to come to this tequila party in this weird fraternity. And I didn't really want to. Originally, I really had a bad feeling about it, but I thought, hey, you know, it's free tequila, why not? So I got there, got far too drunk on far too much tequila, and I got so drunk I got into the fight with someone who was way bigger and way more sober than me. And I don't know the exact details of this, because the details are very shady. I really had a lot to drink. But it ended up breaking my collarbone. Now, because of this, I couldn't take the flight, and this girl from Greece never forgave me for that, and we haven't talked since. And you know what, that's neither here nor there. The thing is, it was a really bad thing to happen to me. I knew I shouldn't have gone to that party. I should have known not to drink that much, and I should have known not to pick on someone who was like bigger than me, and it was about something really pointless too. I think it was being belligerent to some girl or something, but I think she could have gotten out of it alone. I don't know. Anyway, ever since then I promised myself not to overdo things and listen to my inner voice of reason, which had actually told me not to go to that party. And because, to remind myself of that, I got this dog tag to remind myself to listen to my inner voice of reason. Otherwise, monsters might be spawned, and the monster is me. So, I've worn this dog tag for at least 9 months, I think, after that. And I think the message's gotten there now. I think I know now. I haven't seriously gotten drunk ever since then. And in important situations, I've now started to stop and think before I delve into anything. So, I haven't worn this for a while. Didn't feel I had the need to anymore. Plus I got some really nifty stuff from my sister, like a smaller dog tag with Chinese symbols. So I think you might enjoy this, Kim. I mean, that's very Junkman Jim of me, I guess, and if you don't want to give me your address because it's kind of creepy on the internet, I'll totally understand. But I thought I'd like you to have this. You don't need to wear it, just keep it as a reminder to listen to your voice of reason when making important decisions. Well, okay, that was it, boys and girls. I hope you enjoyed my story, and hey, you two girls, get in touch with me, give me your addresses or not, and tell me to sod off, whatever, and I'll see you all around soon. Bye bye.